My name's Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff, where I'll make a healthy dinner from start to finish and pair it with wines from around the world. Let's fill up that glass.
Hi, I'm Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff. I'm excited about today's episode because it is our Thanksgiving episode. And by request again, we are doing a roast turkey breast, but this time completely different from last year. It is a spiced, yogurt-based, marinated turkey breast that will wow your guests. And we're pairing it with this Pinot Noir from Santa Lucia Highlands that is amazing. But let's get started on our yogurt. Right here we have some Greek yogurt in the bowl, and we are going to add some lemon juice to this. And of course, all the exact measurements are right down below in the description center for you. And what people don't know, a yogurt is just amazing tenderizer, along with the lemon juice that we're throwing in here. It just tenderizes the chicken. It's almost better than a marinade, like a brine that people are so used to doing with their chicken. And to that, we have a paste of fresh ginger and garlic. And what I do with my ginger, if you're not used to a ginger root, I always go fresh. Please don't use a dried ginger. It's just not the same. Just take down with your butter knife and take the actual edge off until you see that beautiful pale yellow color. And then take it with your plane like this and just go back and forth on it with your plane like so. And look at the back. You just want to add that right into there. And all that is already ready. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to do. Now to that, now comes all the spices. You ready? And all these you already have in your cupboard. You don't have to go purchase anything. Right there is some smoked paprika in the center here that is going in, and to drive in more the smoky flavor is the smoked cumin. Well, it's not smoked cumin, excuse me, it's just cumin, but it has that wonderful smoky flavor. And then on top of that is just the regular old sweet paprika, but it's not labeled sweet paprika. It just says paprika in the stores, and on the end there is some cayenne. So cayenne pepper's going in. All this, let's get on in there. That is just going to give a ton of flavor. Now let's just set that aside before we mix everything. Now what I want to do is add some coriander to that. Now coriander, I love the seeds like this. I do not like buying crushed coriander. I don't think the flavors are the same. So you could either use your mortar palette like I did, right, just like this, or if you don't have this, a coffee grinder goes perfectly with this, and that just goes right on in with our coriander. And let's just stir all this up together, excuse me, sliding around. Let's hope that I do not wear it, since I dressed up for you. It's Thanksgiving, right? So let's just stir this all around and look at that color, that the paprika and the smoked paprika, all that flavor going in there with that ginger and garlic and all that. Now, this is going to sit on our turkey breast, and it is going to marinate. I'd like for you to marinate it for 8 hours, but I'd rather you do it overnight. So let's grab our turkey breast. We have our beautiful 6-pound turkey here. It is the whole breast, which means both sides. If you're just doing one side, it's called a half. Now, first tip of the day is this turkey has to be super dry, especially for the marinade to stick, or else if it's wet and runny, the marinade will just slide right off. So That's number one tip of the day. Now we're putting the marinade underneath the turkey too. So let me get my fingers underneath here and work my way up without trying not to, that is, tear the skin. So we are going to work up, and then this direction. So we can get that marinade, but keep the skin, because the skin is what's going to brown up and get all delicious, because everybody loves the skin, right? So we want to keep that. Okay, so we got that side all done, and we're going to tuck that marinade. Let me do this side really quick. We're going to tuck that marinade underneath the skin, and this marinade is just going to soften the turkey. It's literally going to make it super moist. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to slather a bunch right on top here, and I'm going to grab it with my hands. This is your best tools, I'm telling you right now. Your best tools are right here in your hands. You will always wash your hands later. So get that marinade underneath the skin just like that. You want it in every crevice of the turkey. So we go back around, up underneath in here, and over here on this side also. So let me grab some for this side. And this with the ginger and the garlic. This is something different. I guarantee you, you entertain with this, you give this to your family, they'll be like, wow, this is our new favorite way to have Thanksgiving dinner. Because what is everybody always fights over the white meat, don't they? I like the dark meat, to be honest with you. But everybody that I know in my family always fights over, I want white meat, I want the white meat. So that's why I like doing the whole turkey, just the turkey breast, that is, instead of the whole turkey. And this way, when you're doing just the turkey breasts, and then what I do here is I just grab this. I'm going to bring this bowl over. Excuse my hands, they're going to be a hot mess. Okay. And then we're going to slather this right all on the inside. You want to get every crevice of this turkey. You want it all over everything, because this marinade will just make this turkey super, super juicy. So we are done. It's that simple. And you're wondering to yourself, salt. We are going to salt the turkey and the skin on both sides and underbelly tomorrow after this does overnight in the fridge, because we all know what salt does, right? Salt is an extractor of liquid, and we want to keep the moisture in the turkey. So we're going to put some saran wrap over top of this and place it in the fridge overnight. And we'll see you tomorrow. Day 2, we just pulled the turkey out of the fridge. Important tip, pull it out an hour before you're going to put it in. You want to let it come to room temperature. I have a pan here that has a roasting rack. That's what I like to use anyway. You do you, is what I always say. And underneath that, why? Because I add some liquid. Right here I have some chicken stock, and I'm going to add some white wine. I love a Sauv Blanc. Because it brings great citrus notes to the turkey. So you want to put that in the bottom, right into the bottom, and that's going to be help and great pan juices when it comes out too. So let's just set that aside for now, and let's bring the turkey. Here is that turkey. We had nice plastic wrapped in the fridge. So let's take that off. Oh my God. Thank you. And what important tip, very important tip, is you want to salt and pepper the bottom side before you flip it over. Nobody thinks about salting and peppering the bottom side of the turkey. It's very, very, very important. You want to do that. So that is done. I'm going to use these to try to flip it over so I don't have to keep washing my hands the entire time. Okay, come on, come on. There we go. I made it. I made it. And this, I just, whatever sticks to the turkey, meaning the yogurt sauce, keep on there. Don't add any extra or anything like that. So let's put those aside. Now let's grab the turkey and let's get it into the roasting pan. Here we go. Yay! I got it in there without touching anything. Yay, I don't have to wash my hands. Let's slide this over so you guys can see what we're working with. Actually, let me push this over. It's kind of touching the side here. I want to make it look a little prettier. Now, what we're going to do is we have some butter here. We just want to paint the top a little bit with the butter. And, everything is better with butter, right? It's Julia Child, come on. So we're just going to paint the top of this with a little bit of butter. And then after that, we are going to get a little salt and pepper on the skin side, which we did not do. So let's do that next. So that is all on there. A little salt and pepper, because remember, these are pretty thick breasts. This is a 6-pounder. They range anywhere from 5 pounds to, they go up to 10 pounds with just the breasts. I had a huge one last year that took forever to cook. So that's also important, just so you know, because cooking times will vary depending on the size of your turkey breast. What you really, really need for this is a meat thermometer. To keep checking, and that's extremely important. This is extremely important because you want to be able to know exactly when the temperature comes to 165. Now, I put this right into the thickest part of the breast. Now, if you feel you go all the way down to the bone, you want to bring it back out halfway, because you don't want to be touching the bone with this meat thermometer. It's very important. And I have the oven right now set at 475 degrees. Now it's going to go for 475 for 20 minutes. Then we're going to back it down to 350 degrees. And then we'll let that roast until it is done. It could take anywhere from another hour to another hour and a half, depending on the size of your roast. So let's get this in here. Close that. All right. Now let's talk about our wine. I am very excited about this. Let me show you the bottle here so you guys can see it. This is Soleil up in Santa Lucia Highlands. It is a Pinot Noir. It's their reserve. And it is, I had a sip of this already yesterday. It is completely amazing. I can tell you. The notes, you're getting notes of cherry, blueberry, with a little bit of cocoa. Wow. And the taste, it's tasting like cherry cobbler with a little bit of cola and a little bit of anise. And what I love about this area, the grapes are able to ripen longer, so they get a little more intense flavor. Even though the wine is extremely smooth, it is a very bold wine for a Pinot Noir, and I just love it. I think it's going to stand up to this roast turkey perfectly. This is definitely a treat. I would definitely take a look at this bottle. Okay. I can't wait to dig into that. When that comes out, we'll tent it and let it rest for a little bit. The buzzer just told me the turkey is ready, and it smells so good in here, let me tell you. Oh, yes. Oh. I can't wait for you guys to make this. This is just amazing. Look at that turkey. Now, this is really important. You want to let the juices redistribute, so do not cut into that turkey right now. And you just want to let it rest here for a good 10 to 15 minutes. So just wrap foil around it, let it rest, and I can't wait to carve into that. I was told last year they didn't show me cutting the turkey, so this year I'm going to cut the turkey for you. We let the turkey rest and all the juices redistribute. Now, a lot of people do this a little wrong when they cut. They cut slices this way. This is actually the direction of the meat that it's going to. So you actually want to cut this way. So what you want to do is just find the backbone of the turkey breast itself. And don't worry about if you didn't get enough of the meat, if you left some of the meat behind, because you could always go back in afterwards and get some of that meat. And you just want to keep going along the bone line there, and you'll feel it because your knife will tell you. And just keep slicing until it comes off completely, just like this. Okay. Now, this is the piece of meat that we want, so there is our turkey. And what we want to do now is slice. If you look at the grain of the meat, it's going this way. So you want to take the turkey and cut nice inch cuts right through, just like this. And this way you're going to get beautiful, tender pieces of meat, unlike cutting it the diagonal way, that will give you a little more chewy pieces of meat. Now look at that. Look how beautiful and juicy that looks. Oh yes. Okay. I am done. There's a piece right here that waiting for me. That is so delicious. Wow. Thanks for stopping by Wine and Dine with Jeff. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.